I want to see if I could take this free junk pallet wood and carve it into a sculpture. Pallet wood. It's free, it's made of wood, and it's basically found everywhere. I got everything I needed in about 30 minutes driving behind grocery stores and businesses, and I even asked a couple places if I could just use what they had laying on the ground outside them, and they said absolutely. Most of my sculptures are carved out of high-end wood species that are not only beautiful, but also very expensive. That's why I'm excited to try and challenge myself on this one and see if these pallets can still yield a high-end sculpture look. I've watched a lot of people take apart pallets before, and they get all the crowbars out and start pulling nails, and it just seems tiring and tedious, and I'm skipping all that nonsense. I'm just using my jigsaw. I'm going to cut off all the portions with the nails because I don't want any nail holes in my sculpture anyway, so this is just a quicker and more efficient way for me to get this thing broken down. That is, unless I bend my jigsaw blade. Yeah, I probably just should have used my circular saw on this, but I was not thinking properly, I guess, and thought the jigsaw was the way to go, but circular saw would have been even quicker than this. Anyways, got the jigsaw straightened out and went back to breaking down these pallets. Actually yielded a lot more wood than I thought I would have from this, but I do still have to go through every board and make sure it's not a taco like this one here, because there's a lot of unusable pieces in this batch. And once those are all sorted out, it's time to start milling. And for anyone that doesn't know what milling is, I'm just getting these boards all perfectly flat. I'm using the joiner and then the planer to make sure both sides of these boards are perfectly flat and parallel, which is key for a proper glue up. This is my first time working with pallet wood, and I just assumed that all pallets were made of cheap pine because it's cheap, but I am absolutely shocked. We have this weird species of wood that's got this cool gray swirling patterns. This to me looks like maple, and it's not only maple, it's curly maple. And then we have oak. I'm just blown away by the variety of species we have here, but also the quality. Some of this wood is absolutely beautiful, and I'm just excited to laminate this all together and see what we come up with. Hey guys, I have a goal of reaching 1 million subscribers. I am a long ways away from that, but every subscription counts. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing, and in return, I'm gonna show you my pickle.
Look at that guy. Hey, little buddy. I gotta finish you, huh?
This is already starting to look so much better than I anticipated. I thought I was going to have one kind of continuous wood color, but all these different species gives me a huge contrast of color that I just think is going to add that much more to the final sculpture. And speaking of this sculpture, this was actually not meant to be made of pallet wood. I had a completely different material that I originally wanted to make this out of. Let me explain. About a month ago, I took my family to the beach and we discovered what was probably the coolest thing I've ever found laying on the shoreline. This is a giant whale bone. And I think we have another one over here. Is that a whale bone? Are you serious? All right, anatomy professor, what is that?
Vertebrae.
A massive.
Look it, there's something in the water.
Holy cow. Is it another one? Get out of here. Wow. As soon as we found these bones, I knew what I had to do. I want to carve a whale out of a real whalebone. I think I can carry this up. Harp, you gonna help me carry this all the way up?
We're not going all the way up there, right?
Oh yeah, we're gonna take it home with us.
Never ever.
I think like 3 weeks in the sun in Clovis, and that thing's gonna be perfect. As I'm just about ready to hoof this thing back up the cliff, my dreams were shattered. After a quick search, it turns out taking whale bones off a California State Park beach is illegal. And I've always been taught finders keepers, so I decided to hoof it back anyway. And it's currently drying in the backyard still. Okay, maybe I didn't take it back, but it's not for the reasons you might think. It's been about a month since picking up those bones, and my hands still seem to smell like rotting humpback whale flesh. And if it weren't for the smell, I just may have taken those back. But because I didn't take them back, they are definitely not in my backyard right now drying out in the sun. I'm going to honor this majestic animal by carving a humpback whale. And I'm kind of just guessing that those were humpback whale bones. We're at a beach just north of Monterey Bay where we always see humpback whales, so I'm assuming that is probably our safest bet. But if you're a marine biologist, let me know what you think it is, and I'm hoping it's a humpback whale because this whole sculpture is in memory of those bones. So it better be a humpback whale. All right, let's get back to carving this thing. When I'm carving, I pretty much go non-stop, and I often don't even take lunch breaks because if I were to do that, I'd be eating sawdust sandwiches and my house would be an absolute disaster. That is why I'm excited to team up with AG1 because I can quickly get the nutrients my body needs to keep me going. AG1 is a clinically backed daily health drink that combines your multivitamin, pre- and post-probiotics, superfoods and antioxidants in one tasty scoop. And why I like it so much is it's quick and easy. I just add 8 to 12 ounces of water and I'm good to go. Uh-oh. Off camera, I knocked off this whale tail, but luckily a little CA glue and wood glue did the trick and made it good as new. Between carving sculptures, editing these videos, picking up kids, bringing them to their bazillion practices and activities, I can always count on getting in my AG1 because it's so quick and easy. I would highly recommend this to anyone with a busy lifestyle that wants to make their health a top priority as well. If you're interested in AG1, head to my link or scan the QR code on the screen to get a free welcome kit including a bottle of vitamin D and free AG1 travel packs when you first subscribe. Thanks AG1. Now let's get back to the build. Right now in the carve, I'm just refining the shape, and as you may have noticed, I still haven't separated the front fins because they help with clamping it in this vise, and they're also going to be so fragile that I'm afraid of them breaking just like the tail. But no time like the present, so let's go ahead and see if we can not break these. The shape of this humpback whale's really coming together. I really like how this looks right now, and now it's time to add the details. The eyes, the mouth, the blowhole, the little bumps all over the front of the nose that I don't know what the heck they are, and all the lines on the belly and kind of underneath the mouth. These whales have a lot of details. Let's get to it. I was just about to put a hole in the top of this whale and did a quick search, and I am glad I didn't, because turns out these humpback whales have 2 openings, or a little center divider in between the hole. Very weird. Learn something new every time I sculpt something. Okay, hold up. My mind is blown. See all those bumps on the front of the whale? You are never going to guess what those actually are. You ready for it? They are hair follicles. I repeat, hair follicles, better known as tubercles, I think I'm pronouncing that right, which contain a single stiff hair that's connected to a nerve network to help the whale detect vibrations, temperature, and movement. That's just crazy. I would never have ever in my lifetime guessed that those were a single stiff hair follicle on the front of these whales. All right, now that those are out of the way, let's get to some sanding and finish up this sculpture. Oh, I almost completely forgot about this part. I flew all the way to Hawaii to find this specific lava rock. Look at this thing. This is like a perfect little triangular lava rock with a pretty flat bottom, and I'm going to use this as the base or pedestal for this sculpture. There's only one problem. I thought this thing was going to sand super easily. I thought I was just going to put it on this belt sander and it would be flat in no time, and that was just not the case. This thing was not sanding at all, so I'm going to have to bring out some power tools. This is my very first time working with a rock like this, and I'm using an angle grinder with a masonry disc, and it's actually working really well. It's just super messy. Finally got this rock flat, and it's time to bring out the little chisel and hammer, and this was actually really fun. I've seen some videos of people doing stonework, and I've never actually done it myself. This was really fun. I kind of want to try this more for like a real sculpture or something. And now that it's finally flat, it's time to drill a hole on top and make it even more volcano-like. I'm then going to add a pipe down the center and hook it up to propane so we can really set this thing on fire. Now, I lied. It's just for a brass insert to mount the whale. Would have been cool though. When the lava rock gets completely dry, it turns to a lighter gray, and I don't really like that. I want a solid black lava rock, so I decided to spray it with this just water-based acrylic. And I hated how that looked, so I scraped it all off and then just added some oil to it, and the oil worked great. And once this rock's all lubed up, we are pretty much done. All we have left to do is put finish on the sculpture, mount it, and we are ready for the final reveal. This sculpture will be listed for sale over on my website, and I will have a link down in the description. After all this work, the question still remains. Does a sculpture made of junk pallet wood stack up against my sculptures made from the expensive woods? I'll let you guys be the judge.